Okay. Uh, for those of you that have been here the last couple days, you saw some work going on at 9. I want to give a video today to explain that. So, this is a project I've been wanting to do for over 10 years now. But we felt that since I started here, we've been doing a lot of projects and cleaning a lot of areas up. There's still a lot to go, but we want to focus on this project this year, especially from the difficult year that we had last year, and I'll explain that a little bit. We're making some real good headway on the golf course. I still think there's a lot of areas we have to clean up, and like I said, we've done a ton of work in the last 10 years. But this is something I've been really wanting to get to the last few years. When you have these difficult weather patterns like we've had last year and previous years, this is the best way to prepare for that difficult weather. So last year, for instance, what really hurt us, we had a good season and everything looked good, but behind the scenes there was so much stress, and we were fighting very hard to keep the golf course alive. Obviously not everybody sees that, but we were very stressed out for a few weeks there just because of the weather. The biggest part of the weather last year that made it really difficult was the thunderstorm that we had in July 17th. I've talked about this in previous videos. We were at I think it was 94 degrees that day. It was on a Sunday, and we got an inch of rain from a thunderstorm, and the temperature never dropped. Actually, after the thunderstorm, the temperature went up, and it turned out to hit 100 degrees that day. But when you have an inch of rain and sun beating down with temperatures like that, you have to make sure that you get all the water off the course as quick as possible, because the roots will die, you get the disease like I discussed, and you just have a headache. Everything's just boiling in the ground. So what we're trying to do is, and I always talk about this, water management's the most important thing on a golf course. So what we did here on 9, I identified our 4 worst greens that we have. So that would be 9, 12, 13, and 14. That's as far as moisture goes. And there's different reasons for that. I'll explain 9 here right now. This is always a wet green, and mostly a lot of it has to do with that whole clubhouse area up there, all the water running off of that onto the green, along with the cart paths and the pro shop. Plus, today is a windy day, but you don't get the air movement on this particular green as you would, say, number 1, number 8, or number 6. So it doesn't dry out that much. Plus, it's a thicker soil down here. So when you get those heavy thunderstorms, for instance, you'll see us out there with fans out trying to dry out the green as much as possible. But we also had to manage these greens different in the summer because of that. There's days that we wouldn't be able to mow, there's days we won't be able to roll. Plus, I have to pay attention to the fungicide aspect of it, and just the consistency of you guys playing golf. You can tell how much wetter and your ball marks on these greens. The biggest identifier I had last year was around the member, and this is a little bit different, but it will explain it a little bit. For the member, we dried out the greens as they were on the edge. We dried them out as much as you possibly could, and they were fast and firm and hard as a rock. But 12, 13, 14, and number 9, they did not like us drying it out that much. And you could tell the difference. I don't know if everybody was here on Sunday. I was soaking this green just to keep it alive. This one, 12, 13, and 14, because they weren't used to being that dry. And that's an issue, that's just something on the back scenes that we see, that, the rest of the greens withstood being that dry and that firm without a problem, but these almost died. So we're trying to take care of that problem. I want to show you the project. So if you were out here the last couple days, you saw they dug up this green. Well, this is the finished project as we walk up to it. This line that you see right down through here is the exit line of the drain. And then in the green, they have a 2-inch pipe that's sectioned off at every 6 feet. So here's the line, and so forth. So as you can see, after the project is done, it's barely noticeable. And once the grass starts growing, if there's any low areas where the drainage might settle, we'll fix. But the whole green has a pipe in it now. And if you look over here, you can see all the lines. Now, the best thing that happened was last night. We got an inch of rain, and this green is already as firm as possible. I mean, it feels like it didn't even rain. It's so dry. This is going to improve this green dramatically. It's going to take a lot of stress off us as a maintenance team worrying about this one green, but it's going to make all the greens more consistent. I wish I get more detail into the science of it, but I just wanted to show you the project and explain a little bit about it. If you're interested, I'll give a couple more videos on it. But this drainage that we put in these greens is the next step of making Suburban better. And I've been waiting to do this, and I'm so happy we got it. Like I said, you'll notice the difference throughout the season, how much better these 4 greens are going to perform. If you want any more information on it, you can go to xgd.com. That's their website. They've done very high-end courses all around the country, and there's a lot of testimonials on the product that you might be interested in, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll give a couple more videos on the other greens, why we do it. Thanks.